A year ago, I made a video about buying Lego in bulk. The tips, the pros, the cons, the whole thing. And honestly, it held up pretty well. But I learned a lot since then. 7 hauls later, a store that's now split 60% new and 40% used, and enough war stories to fill a second YouTube channel. I figured it was time to revisit that video. Update what changed, be honest about what I oversimplified, and add 2 topics I barely touched back then. Parting out new sets and flipping sealed sets for a profit. 3 ways to play the Lego reselling game, each one with its own risks and rewards. Let's break them all down. So if you're new here, this channel is all about Lego and Lego reselling. The real numbers, the real process. No fluff. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Back then, I told you, look on eBay, look on BrickLink, and Facebook Marketplace. What I'm telling you now is I'm using exactly 2 platforms for bulk Lego. Facebook Marketplace and tweedehands.be, because I'm from Belgium. That's it. For Belgium, those are where the deals actually live. BrickLink bulk lots exist, but you're paying reseller prices. eBay can work depending on where you are, but for local sourcing, and local is always better because you can pick up in person and actually see what you're buying, Facebook and Tweedehands are my hunting grounds. And a pro tip that still stands from the old video: if the listing photos are unclear, if the description is vague, if you spot something that's clearly not Lego in the background of a picture, ask. Always ask. And if the seller can't or won't answer your questions clearly, just move on. There are always more hauls to do. In the first video, I said the going rate was 10 to 15 euros per kilogram for assorted bulk. I'm telling you now, that number is still holding up. 10 to 15 euro per kilo is still where the market sits, assorted bulk without minifigs. Sometimes you'll even see go higher than that. Whether that's worth it depends entirely on what's in the lot and how good your eye is. Personally, I'd also try to stay in between the 10 and the 14 euro range when there are no minifigs involved. Anything above that and the margin starts getting uncomfortable unless I can see clearly something valuable in the pictures. The moment minifigs enter the picture though, the calculation changes completely. One good minifig can be worth more than an entire kilogram of bricks. But not all minifigs are created equal. Lego City, mostly worthless. But a good Star Wars character or a Ninjago figure, now we're talking. So when I say minifigs change the price, I mean the right minifigs. So let me give you a real example. My last 2 hauls were 150 euro each, between 20 and 30 kilograms per haul, with at least 60 minifigs each. At 150 euros for 25 kilos of mixed Lego plus 60 figures minimal, wow. That's a bargain that writes itself. Before any kind of bulk haul gets decided, I always try to negotiate. Always. Most people selling on Facebook Marketplace are usually parents cleaning out a kid's room. They want it gone. Polite counteroffer is almost always worth trying. The worst they can say is no. And I also don't have a strict walk-away price. If something is clearly overpriced for what it is, I just move on. There is basically no real formula. You develop a gut feeling after done a few hauls. Back then, I warned you about fake Lego. Random junk, crayons, marbles, all that kind of crap. Now I'm telling you, it's still true. Every single haul I bought has something in it that shouldn't be there. Every single one. But sometimes the scale is different. Sometimes it's just 2 mega blocks that sneaked in. Other times, yeah. My worst haul ever was a 90 euro lot, heavily polluted with fake Lego that you couldn't see on the pictures. On top of that, heavily discolored, damaged, broken parts all through it. So I contacted the seller, explained the situation with photos, and managed to get a 50% refund, which was the right outcome. But still, I paid 45 euros for a lot I basically had to sort through brick by brick just to salvage what was usable. What's the lesson here? Photos lie by omission. if you can see something wrong in the pictures, one fake brick or one obviously discolored part, assume that's not the only one in there. It never is. And always know your consumer rights. A seller who misrepresents a lot has to deal with consequences. On the flip side, however, my best haul was a €200 Star Wars, Ninjago and Minecraft mixed lot. Part out value? Around €2,000. That's a 10 times return on a single purchase. Bulk? It's a gamble, but when it hits, it really hits. By the way, if you want to see what that kind of haul actually looks like when it comes in, the sorting, the uploading, the whole process, that's exactly what I document on this channel. Subscribe to it and you won't miss it. Back then I gave you a 3-step sort for bulk Lego. Colors first, then type, then bag and label. Now, my workflow has evolved and here's exactly how I do it. Step 1. A big category sort plus a first crap check. Plates, tiles, bricks, specialty pieces, separated all into large groups. Everything that's obviously not Lego or obviously trash gets pulled immediately. Step 2. Clean everything. Every big category goes into a large bin. Cold or lukewarm water, a splash of soap, mix thoroughly with your hands, scoop it out with a strainer, rinse with clean water, lay out to dry on a towel. Outside in the sun and wind is actually the fastest drying method. The parts can be dried in an hour or maybe under an hour. And no, brief sun exposure doesn't cause the UV discoloration or warping. That only sets in after a really extended time, so don't stress about it. Then, step 3. Finer sort within each category, plus a second crap check. You'd be surprised what you missed the first time. Then step 4, sort by item and color, and then a third crap check. Yes, 3 passes, you need 3 passes. Then step 5, we upload everything into BrickStore, and this is where Brickognize comes in. It's integrated directly into BrickStore and it's still the best part identification tool out there. Nothing beats it for speed and accuracy when you're staring at a pile of 8,000 plus parts trying to figure out what half of them actually are. Step 6, upload into BrickLink, and step 7, download the entire inventory CSV and run it through the market scanner script to get competitive price basing based on actual market data. Not just the default 6-month sold average, because a sold average is a starting point, it's not a strategy. It sounds like a lot of steps. It is a lot of steps. That's the trade-off with bulk used. Time for money. This one hasn't changed and it never will. If you bought it used, list it as used. If it has a scratch, note it. If it has a bite mark, note it. Your reputation on BrickLink and BrickOwl is your entire business. One complaint from a buyer who received a new part turned out to be yellow and scratched will cost you more than the margin you made on that sale, so just don't do it. I sort with a trash can right next to me. Anything genuinely unsalvageable goes straight in. No hesitation, the parts you threw away are not lost money. They're protection for your store's reputation. By the way, speaking of stores, links to mine are in the description down below for BrickLink and BrickOwl. Belgian orders over €50 ship for free. Alright, that's bulk used. Now let's talk about something completely different. So this is the cleaner, more predictable cousin of bulk hauls. Instead of sorting through someone else's childhood debris, you're buying a brand new set, opening it immediately and selling the pieces individually. But here's the truth. It feels wrong the first time. That sealed box, the crisp bags inside, and you're about to tear it all open and never build a damn thing. But the numbers don't lie. I target a 2.5 times part out value. So this means if I buy a set for €100, I need to sell the parts for at least €250. And that's the threshold where it becomes worth your time. So some sets even hit 4 times or 5 times the buying price. Others barely reached 1.5. The skill is knowing which is which before you buy. So what I look for is sets with rare colors, useful minifig parts or specialty elements that don't show up in every set. Technic sets with unique panels and gears, anything retiring soon that has been flooded yet by yet another reseller with the same idea. The advantage over bulk? Every part is new. No cleaning, no crap checks, no mystery. You know exactly what you have the moment you open the box. The disadvantage? Competition. When a good set hits clearance, you're not the only one who noticed. You need to be fast and you need to price smart. Not just copy the lowest listing and make it a race to the bottom. Bulk? That's a treasure hunt. Parting out new sets is a math equation. Both are work, both belong in your toolkit. Basically, this is Lego Investing 101. You buy a set at retail or below, wait for it to retire, sell it sealed for more than you paid. But there is more to it than just buying any set and hoping. Some sets and themes appreciate over time, but most don't. Star Wars, modular buildings, idea sets, these are the ones with a track record. Licensed theme with a built-in fanbase that isn't going anywhere. The random city police station? Probably doubt it's gonna double in value. The other play is limited releases, gift with purchase sets, convention exclusives, Lego house sets. Small, easy to store, and often double within a year because supply is fixed and demand only goes up. The downside? Storage. Sealed sets take space. Real space. If you're working out of a spare bedroom like I am, you learn very quickly that a closet full of Lego boxes is not a long-term strategy. It's a temporary investment vehicle that your partner will eventually ask questions about. The upside of it? It's passive. You buy it, you store it, you wait, and you sell it. No sorting, no cleaning, no listing 800 individual parts. One box, one sale, profit. So that's the update. 2 years later and 7 holes deeper, and 3 methods instead of 1. Buy bulk when the price is right and you're willing to put in the hours. Part out new sets when the multiplier makes sense and you want predictable profit without the mess. Flip sealed sets when you find a deal. You're playing the long game on retiring sets. There is no right way. The right way is whichever one makes you money right now. And if this video taught you something you didn't know a year ago, imagine what we'll know a year from now. Now, tell me in the comments, which of these 3 methods are you using and which one haven't you tried yet? I read every comment and I try to answer every comment as well, mostly to see what I should cover next, and I'm genuinely interested in what you have to say as well. So the links to both of my stores are in the description for both BrickLink and BrickOwl. Go have a look. Thanks all for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.